Have you ever heard of the only unsolved case in the history of American aviation? That's the question that has puzzled and intrigued investigators, enthusiasts, and the general public for more than half a century. Today, we're peeling back the layers of a mystery that continues to baffle the world, the enigma of a man known only as D.B. Cooper. In the annals of crime, there are few figures as elusive and enigmatic as D.B. Cooper. His story is unique, not just because of its audacity, but because it remains unsolved to this day. A skyjacking, a daring leap, a manhunt that turned up more questions than answers, and a legacy that has inspired countless theories and speculations. Cooper's tale is one that has fascinated us for decades, and for good reason. It's a story that defies belief, a story that has become the stuff of legends. So, without further ado, let's dive deep into the story of D.B. Cooper, a man who vanished into thin air. It was a typical autumn day on November 24, 1971, when D.B. Cooper boarded a Northwest Orient Airlines flight. The flight was nothing out of the ordinary, a simple hop from Portland to Seattle. Among the passengers was a man, nondescript, clad in a business suit and carrying a briefcase. He was calm, almost serene, as he handed a note to the flight attendant. The note was simple but chilling. He had a bomb in his briefcase. This man was D.B. Cooper. Cooper's demeanor was strikingly calm throughout the ordeal. He didn't shout or panic. He just sat quietly, sipping his bourbon and smoking his cigarettes, as if hijacking a plane was just another day at the office. He made his demands clear: $200,000 in cash, 4 parachutes, and a fuel truck standing by in Seattle to refuel the aircraft upon arrival. Meanwhile, the plane circled around Puget Sound for approximately 2 hours, buying time for the authorities to gather the ransom money and parachutes. Cooper was surprisingly patient. He waited unruffled as the minutes turned into hours. His calm demeanor was almost eerie, further deepening the mystery that surrounded him. When the plane finally landed in Seattle, the authorities were ready. The cash, all in $20 bills, was delivered to the plane along with the parachutes. Cooper allowed all passengers and some crew members to disembark. He kept a few crew members on board, ensuring the execution of the next phase of his plan. Cooper's cool-headedness was apparent in every step of his operation. His plan was meticulously executed, with no room for mistakes. He seemed to be one step ahead of the authorities at all times, a testament to his cunning and foresight. With the money in hand, D.B. Cooper was ready for the next phase of his audacious plan. The plane took off again, heading for Mexico City. But Cooper had no intention of reaching Mexico. He had other plans that would turn this ordinary hijacking into one of the greatest unsolved mysteries of all time. As the plane soared over the dense Pacific Northwest wilderness, D.B. Cooper did the unthinkable. Here was a man with a plan so audacious, so unthinkable, it would be forever etched into the annals of aviation history. The stage was set. A Boeing 727 cruising at an altitude of 10,000 feet in the midst of a stormy night. D.B. Cooper, calm and collected, decided it was time to take the leap into the unknown. It was a leap not just from a plane, but into the realm of legends. A leap that would catapult him from an anonymous hijacker to an enduring symbol of audacity and mystery. As he prepared to jump, the stakes were high. The weather was harsh, the visibility poor. The terrain below was a treacherous expanse of wilderness, with towering trees and rocky outcrops hidden in the darkness. The risks were immense, but D.B. Cooper was a man who had already shown he was not averse to risk. The audacity of his plan, the nerve to execute it, demonstrated a level of daring that was almost beyond belief. And so, with the roar of the plane's engines in his ears and the cold wind whipping past him, he took the plunge. Imagine the moment, the rush of adrenaline, the thrill of the leap, the chilling wind and the enveloping darkness. It was a jump into uncertainty, into danger, into the abyss. But it was also a jump into freedom. Freedom from capture, freedom from the confines of the plane, freedom from the ordinary. And then he was gone. The plane continued on its path, its crew left in stunned silence. D.B. Cooper had vanished, swallowed up by the night and the wilderness below. No one saw him land. No one saw him again. The audacious hijacker, the man who had dared to leap into the unknown, had vanished without a trace. Disappearing into the night, D.B. Cooper became a ghost, leaving behind a baffled crew and a mystery that has lasted for decades. the FBI swung into action, launching one of the most extensive manhunts in American history. It was a chase like no other, a race against time and a desperate search against an elusive phantom. The mystery of D.B. Cooper was more than just a hijacking case. It was a riddle wrapped in an enigma, a puzzle that refused to be solved. The first lead in the investigation came when a young boy, vacationing with his family on the banks of the Columbia River, found 3 bundles of deteriorated $20 bills. The serial numbers matched those of the ransom money given to Cooper. However, the discovery of the money raised more questions than it answered. How did the money get there? Why was it buried? And most importantly, where was Cooper? Over the years, the FBI processed over 1,000 serious suspects, but none of them panned out. They encountered challenges and dead ends at every turn. The lack of definitive evidence, the vast area where Cooper could have landed, and the fact that Cooper could have changed his appearance or even left the country, made the investigation a daunting task. The FBI used every tool at their disposal. They utilized state-of-the-art forensics, interviewed countless individuals, and even employed the help of citizen sleuths. They examined the tie left behind by Cooper, finding particles of rare earth elements that hinted at a possible occupation. Yet despite these efforts, the clues were cryptic and the trail remained cold. The case of D.B. Cooper was not just a manhunt, it was a nationwide obsession. It captured the imagination of the public and the media, becoming an enduring symbol of audacious criminality and unsolved mystery. In 2016, after 45 long years, the FBI officially closed the investigation. But the mystery of D.B. Cooper, the man who vanished in the sky, continues to baffle and intrigue. Despite their best efforts, the FBI was unable to solve the mystery of D.B. Cooper. The legend lives on, an enigma that continues to defy explanation, forever etched in the annals of American crime history. Over the years, the D.B. Cooper case has spawned a cottage industry of theories and speculations. The story of the man who vanished in the sky has been analyzed, dissected, and reimagined countless times, producing a colorful array of possibilities about his fate. One of the most prominent theories is that Cooper didn't survive his daring jump. With the stormy weather, the freezing temperatures, and his lack of proper equipment, some believe it would have been impossible for him to land safely. Then, there's the theory that Cooper was actually an experienced skydiver or a military paratrooper. This would explain his knowledge of the aircraft's design and his calm demeanor during the hijacking. Some even speculate that he could have been a disgruntled Vietnam War veteran, seeking revenge or an adrenaline rush. Another intriguing theory suggests that Cooper had insider knowledge of the airline industry. This would account for his specific demands and his awareness of the flight path. Perhaps he was a former employee or had a close connection to someone in the industry. Of course, there's always the possibility that Cooper was just an ordinary man who saw an opportunity and took it, a man driven by desperation or thrill-seeking who managed to pull off one of the most audacious crimes in history. The enduring appeal of the D.B. Cooper mystery is in its uncertainty. It's a story that invites us to imagine, to speculate, and to fill in the blanks with our own theories. It's a tale that blurs the line between villain and hero, between recklessness and bravery. It's a puzzle that, despite the best efforts of countless investigators, remains unsolved. Theories about D.B. Cooper are as varied as they are numerous, each one adding a new layer to this enigmatic tale. They reflect our fascination with the unknown, our desire for answers, and our innate love for a good mystery. While we may never know the truth about D.B. Cooper, his story continues to captivate and intrigue us. D.B. Cooper's audacious crime and subsequent disappearance have left an indelible mark on American popular culture. His daring escapade has been immortalized in numerous forms of media, capturing the imagination of a nation yearning for answers. Countless books have been penned, dissecting every minute detail of the case, each one attempting to shed light on the enigma that is D.B. Cooper. Film and television have likewise been entranced by this skybound mystery. From crime dramas to documentaries, the story of D.B. Cooper has found its way into living rooms across the globe. His character has been fictionalized, romanticized, vilified, and everything in between. Even music hasn't been immune to the Cooper effect, with songs echoing the intrigue and speculation surrounding his infamous skydiving stint. The D.B. Cooper case has transcended the realm of true crime, becoming a part of our cultural fabric. The legend of D.B. Cooper, the man who vanished in the sky, lives on, a testament to the enduring allure of unsolved mysteries.